What's up guys, Ryan here from Mudgunner, and today I just wanted to talk to you guys about the holsters I use. I get this question asked pretty often. I've talked about holsters in previous videos, but I figured I might as well just do a video of every holster that I use. So I have a few different ones here. Honestly, it's going to be a pretty simple video. So my main carry holster is Tier 1 Concealed. All my main carries do use this holster. And kind of what got me started on them was this gun right here. This is my very first not very first concealed carry, but the first small concealed carry gun I have, because my very first handgun was a Glock 34, and I did carry that for a bit just because it was my only handgun. But as soon as I was able to get a small subcompact gun, I got the Smith & Wesson Shield, and this was prior to any high capacity subcompact guns, which not too long ago, this was like 7 years ago, but at the time the only option was a Glock 43, the Smith & Wesson Shield, the Gen 1, not the 2.0 or anything like that, an XDS Gen 1, you had the Walther PPS Gen 1. So your options were very limited. This is prior to any 10-round subcompact gun. But I really like the Shield. These are all chambered, so I'm not going to mess with them too much. But it's a Gen 1 Smith & Wesson Shield. I have an Apex trigger and Trijicon HC night sights. And the very first holster I ever got for it was this one right here. And I mainly just buy used holsters. This one just came through our store. I don't know who makes it, but I really liked it. And it worked perfectly for me. I always carried a spare mag in my pocket. But one of my friends, he actually bought me this Tier 1 concealed holster as a present, and it was super nice. And since then, I've just kind of fallen in love with them. So yeah, this was my very first Tier 1 concealed holster. I don't know all their models. I've never actually bought one of their holsters, strangely enough. Well, new. I bought these two used. But yeah, that's how it was. This has a little space on there. That's why it looks like that. That's the one downside with Shield mags, is they can end up like that just from pressing against you, but I've never had any issues loading. So that was my very first Tier 1 concealed holster. And then later on, I don't know how later on, but I got this Shadow Systems here, and this is an MR918, and it fits in Glock 19 holsters. So this Tier 1 concealed holster came through our store used, and I bought it, and it's just worked well ever since. It's got the little the wing right here. This presses it in your body more and gives you space to get your hand under there a little bit better, which I like because my first Tier 1 did not have that. I could add it to it if I want to, I just haven't, but yeah, that was my second Tier 1 holster, and I've been using that for years as well. This is more of a winter carry for me because I can wear thicker clothes. During summer here in Arizona, it's very hot. So I just wear t-shirts, and yeah, I like stuff that doesn't print as much. And then last year, I bought this one. This is a Glock 43 done up by Langdon Tactical, and also in a Tier 1 holster, and I like it. What I'd like to get at some point is another higher capacity subcompact gun. I'm thinking like a SIG 365 XL or a Macro. I just like the capacity, and my girlfriend carries the 365 XL, and I think that'd be kind of cool. Or I would like another Shadow Systems, but I want to run a Streamlight TLR7 on there because it'll be a little bit more flush. It won't stick out on here. So that's another option that I'm thinking as well. But I don't really buy concealed carry guns too often. Like, you figure, since I bought this one 7 years ago, these are really the only three I have, plus this. I forgot about this one. My LCP2. I'll talk about that in a sec. But these are really the only three 9mm concealed carry guns I've bought in the last 7 years. And I think that's saying something because, like, I buy a lot of guns, but I keep it pretty simple with my carry guns. I know there's a lot of people that buy new carry guns like almost every month or every other month, and they're constantly buying holsters and stuff. But that's a lot of money to tie up into buying holsters, because all these holsters are anywhere from $100 to maybe $180 depending on what you get. So they're expensive holsters, and I just don't want to constantly buy holsters. Plus magazines for new carry guns. Magazines get expensive, and I like having at least like 10. So if I bought a new concealed carry gun every month or every other month, I feel like I would just be wasting money and then not getting the time on the gun, because I don't have enough time, or I guess funds, to just shoot thousands upon thousands of rounds every month through new carry guns. So it takes me time to break in carry guns. But I know there's a lot of people that carry guns that they don't even have 200 rounds through. So that's not me. I like to get at least 500 rounds through a gun before I carry it. And I feel pretty comfortable with all these. But yeah, so main carry-wise is going to be Tier 1 holsters. And if I get future guns, like, I'm open to trying other holsters, but this is just kind of what I've leaned towards these last few years. And then when I got this LCP2, I found this used holster. Again, also came through our store. It doesn't have a brand on there, but this works really well. I carry this if I'm wearing gym shorts or something like that, if I go running. And what I do is I still carry an appendix, but I tie my gym short strings over this clip right here, and it holds it in place. So works very well. And then if we're going to a duty belt setup, my main one is this Safariland ALS. I bought this brand new years ago when I first got ready for the tactical games, because I wanted a duty holster, and at the time I was going to run my Glock 34 because that's still like my longest 9mm gun. But I ended up running this Shadow Systems because I just shoot my Shadow Systems better than Glock. I have a Glock 17C in here right now, but yeah, that's the nice thing about this holster is, one, it's like a $250 holster by the time it's all said and done, maybe like $220, but it's a Safariland ALS, and it's set up for a Glock 34 with, I set it up for a Streamlight TLR1 HL, but at the time I didn't know that the 34 holster, or I don't know if it's all theirs, but if you buy it for a TLR1, it'll also work for an X300, which is cool. Specifically the one I got. I don't know if that's for all of them, but this will work with a Glock 34 or a Shadow Systems DR920L, which I'm going to be getting one of those soon. And it'll hold the Streamlight TLR1 or the Surefire X300. And then since I bought it for a 34, it'll work for a 17 or a 19. So I can basically run a variety of different size pistols in here, because this pistol is a little bit longer, the 17, and then this is a 19 size. But they all work really well, and it just locks in place. And then the thumb brake is right here. So I really like the ALS holster. It's got this little dust cover, which you can take off if you don't want it. I just leave it on there, but yeah, so you have a thumb brake right here. There's other safety features that you can get for it, like this little guard that prevents people from being able to take it from you. I just run it like this. And then the nice thing about, depending on like if you do a G-code mounting system or Safariland, these holsters are quick detach. And I actually just added this. This is a tourniquet holder that I got from a buddy of mine. I did a video on this belt setup maybe about a month ago. But yeah, the nice thing about Safariland holsters is they are quick detach, and then you can, if you buy multiples, you can put them on and off pretty easily. I only have the one for now because, again, it's like a $200+ holster. But what I'd like to do at some point, I'm hoping a used one comes in for some of my other guns. That way I can just quickly mount different guns to it. But that's also why anytime I do shooting videos with my pistol, the main thing I use is my Shadow Systems or a Glock style pistol, because it's the only thing I really have a duty style holster for. And then I got this belt setup, or I've been working on this belt setup. This is a TRX Arms Orion belt, and I have a TRX Arms Ragnarok holster on there, and it's kind of just like a friction holster, so just goes in and out. I've ran it a bit and it's worked really well, but I don't have as much time on there. But I do like it so far. I just need to finish getting like good mag pouches on there. I'd like to get more of the what's it called, Scorpion mag pouches from G-code, but I just haven't bought any new ones. So again, I've ran this belt a couple times, but honestly, my whole G-code battle belt setup is the main thing I use. So, but yeah, those are the main holsters I run. I'm trying to think if there's any other info I want to tell you guys, but I forgot. I wanted to talk about the belts I use. So most of the time I'm wearing my inner belt for my battle belt, and I'll explain that in a second. But if you're trying to get a good carry belt, I like the 511 trainer belts. These are like 40 bucks. They're nothing too fancy. You just Velcro around and it locks on pretty good. And what I like about them is they're thick nylon. And depending on where you carry, I normally carry like right here because it's much thicker right there. So your holster really like clips in, which I'm just showing you with the small one for now, but it really clips in. So if you had to draw, it's not gonna pull your whole holster off. Where if you're wearing like a really thin belt, chances are you could draw your whole holster out of the belt. So I like the 511 trainer belt for that, but I also know there's other belts too. This is just what I use, and I like that it's quick. But honestly, the belt I've been carrying forever. You're gonna see some skin, but this is my Raptor tactical belt. I bought this belt used, and it's really worn out. I've been carrying it, or I've been wearing it for like 7 years. But what's nice with this is, again, put this on. Hope you guys can see. Sorry, like I said, you're gonna see some skin, but it's okay. So just carry it like that, and it blends in pretty well, and then draw, it comes out. Now the one thing, like I said, this does not have the wing, so my finger hits my belt a little bit more, and I was used to it at the time, but now that I have a Tier 1 concealed with the wing, I really like the wing, because I'll show you guys what it does. So this is my Glock 43 I've been carrying recently. And then when I put the clips on, they hold the belt in place, so it's not going anywhere. But I have more space right here to draw, so I like that. And this one clips in place a little bit better. Like you hear a snap, where this one, there's not really a snap, it just kind of slides in, but I guess there is. But this is one of their older ones, so this one is made a little bit different, but I like them both, and they both work pretty well. And then, like I said, this is my inner belt, so if I ever just go shooting, I just throw my outer belt over it. So, yep, that's what works for me, and I like it. But yeah, I know there's a lot of other great options out there. Just this is what I like for me. So thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and stay tuned for my next video.